Hey guys, we are back with another video. I know it's been a while. I apologize. Again, I will say this. I do this at my own pace. I do this when I have time. I'm a family man. There's a lot going on this month, and sometimes you just, at the end of the day, after work and everything else going on, I just don't have the mental energy and capacity to sit in front of the mic and do this. Not to say I don't care, but it's just some days are just easier than others, and some days I don't have the energy, like I said, to sit and do this. And when I do these, I want to give you guys my best, so I will only give you guys my best. But today's going to be a short one. We're just going to talk about the OTS championship that we went to, not this weekend, but the following or the last weekend. We went X2 and then we dropped because there was only like 25, 30 people, and it was, I think, first place got their invite, top four got like some prizes and stuff like that, which I give a shit about. If I go X2, I'd rather just drop, enjoy the rest of my day, and be with my family. And now that the Warcraft's out and my guild will be raiding soon, I had to get ready and prepare for that. So there's a lot going on. So, but I want to talk about the list. This isn't the exact list, but we didn't have the Great Keeper's inscriptions, which will be in this week. So there is a regional happening this weekend. Cool. But definitely Mistaken Arrest, funny, Prohibition, great, evenly matched. It's a good card. Anytime this card resolved, it was pretty much a win. And the fact that not a lot of decks are having some sort of way to deal with it, I think is real funny. But yeah, what can I say? The format, definitely, I can tell that there's going to be a lot of Dragoon, there's a lot of Radiant, and there's a lot of Yummy. And there's a lot of Radiant Yummy, which was just crazy. But also too, right now, what is going on this weekend? Because one of our teammates is in or was in Houston, doing that regional. There's apparently a lot of Sky Striker going on right now. So yeah, Sky Striker is definitely going to be a thing. I will say anti-spell does exist, and just be prepared because there's so many variants. There's going first, second variants, and Sky Striker is it's just a crazy deck. It is, because it can do so many things. The going second variant is scary because it's all just board breakers, and they play the chummies, so they just draw into more board breakers, and all they have to do is get the one engage off, and you're done for. So, but talking about this list, because that's all this is really going to be, is just talking about this list. I don't have any combos or anything. I do have some combos that I've had recorded, but I want to do a video where I show like pretty much everything. Like, if all you have is this, or this is a 1.5 card combo, or this is how you extend if you get Ashed or impermed here, because there have been games where there's been a imperm, an effect veiler, an ash, and I still end on basically, the entire board. You just stopped me here, and I just branch off and do the same thing, but just an even longer, more complicated way. So, but I will say the toys were definitely a good choice. I love that the toy engine gave me that extra advantage, that White Forest. Sometimes you get in these places and it's just annoying that you have to pitch like your only extender, which it's like, oh man, the Wanted. I don't want to pitch the Wanted, or I don't want to pitch the Field Spell, but that's the only spell or trap you have in your hand for like LZ. And it's like, fuck, man, like it feels bad. So the toys, the fact that they're there, and they exist, is definitely great. And also too, that just giving you extra bodies to go into like Chenying, or if you need to make a Baguska because shit really hit the fan and all you need is a turn, like buy yourself at some time, then you can get your toys or Sylvie in a toy to make this, because it's just 2 level 4s. I know I hate the sack, right? I hate Droll, I hate Mistaken Arrest, I hate these stupid sacks, but I'm also trying to win the game myself, so all's fair in love and war. But also too, playing the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest, making the Guardian Chimera with, if 9 times out of 10, I had a chummy in my hand, which was just extra monster, or LZ on my opponent's turn would come back to my hand because of the synchro summon or the synchro summon. And then I have a monster. And then, let's say this was always like at the very end, if my opponent kept going and I went through everything on my board, then I would just use whatever monsters are on my board or whatever's left or whatever's useless to me at that point. And then just pop two, draw one, or, pop one, draw two, whatever the situation was. But this deck was great. I love it. If you get sick of seeing White Forest content, I'm sorry. It's just a it's my favorite deck. It is. It's just a deck that does a lot. It's a deck that can play through a lot. It's a deck that rewards, good timing, and it's got that like high risk, high reward kind of deal, if that makes sense. And it's unique because of how many spells and traps you want to play. So it gives you like extra advantage just playing a bunch of spells and traps rather than a whole lot of monsters. Because I feel like with the spells and traps, like being able to main evenly, and it's like, oh man, if I go first, then evenly is a completely dead card. It's like, well, I can just pitch it with, the witch or Elzet or Diabels, and it's like it wasn't entirely a dead card in my hand because it gives me that extra bit. Like, let's say I had evenly and wanted in both of my hand. Well, it's a no brainer that I'm gonna pitch the evenly, So, so yeah. Also too, Scourge of the White Forest, great card. Negates anything on. I mean, it has to target negate, but um, being able to get your evenlies negated, and you can also like chain it to a droplet, and then you can just respond with other stuff. So it's definitely a great deck. And having the chummies as the advantage of playing 9 chummies, it doesn't matter what deck my opponent is playing, I will get card advantage. Because in this deck, even having one extra card is just it's amazing. Because if I need more spells or I draw into my extenders, or, if I draw into the things I'm gonna be searching anyways, and I normal summon Sylvie and you negate it, but I had the tails in my hand anyways, what does it matter? What does it matter? But yeah, this one's gonna be kind of a short one. I just wanted to go over the deck. Again, I didn't end up getting first place, and we dropped the moment we knew, like, it wasn't gonna be worth our time staying. But we do have a regional coming up, and might do that, might not. But loving this, loving the extra deck how it is. Thinking about taking Baguska out and putting in Chaos Angel just because like you don't always make Baguska, and we have other options to go into if we get like sacked. And Gravekeeper's Inscription being the sack itself that we will have now this week. It's like, maybe I don't really need that. Maybe I can just go into Chaos Angel to further protect my board. Azamina is a fucking great card because I can get Saint on board. Saint can summon Moa. Saint can then tribute and summon Azamina, and then Moa can just bring back the Saint. It's a really funny combo, and I loved it. And um, it is a thing where Azamina does 4,000 damage, but if Ilya's out, then it's doubled. So this actually can just AK smack. For those that didn't know, it's a really funny card. And then the Dragoon package as well has been great because if I'm able to start this, then people will like just throw like 2 hand traps at this to like really stop the Dragoon. And then you just normal summon Sylvie, and it's like none of that mattered because cool, you stopped the Dragoon, but I also have then now full Azamina White Forest combo with anything else that I have at my disposal with the Black Coat Laughs. The only thing I will say, I'm thinking about taking Black Coat Laughs out, just because I'm not playing multiple copies and I'm not playing Thrust. So it's like if I draw it, cool. If I don't, what does it matter? But it is still good to have, I guess, because if you end up just drawing it off of like the chummies, then it's a good pitch because you can LZ pitch. And then if your opponent has nothing to respond with, you can just banish the Black Hole Laughs in the same chain and then call whatever's going to be a problem to you. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be a short one just to say, hey guys, we are back. Got a new mic. Hopefully that the quality is good because we're all about quality here. And more videos coming soon. I do want to get that combo video out. Like I said, it's just kind of time, just time. And I do this just for fun. I don't do this to, grow big. I'm not making content every day so I can keep growing, growing, growing. I do this for the love of the game, and that's it. But that is it, guys. If you guys have any questions or are wondering anything, just leave it down below because I do read the comments. Not every day. I'll be honest with you guys and admit everything. And I'm not gonna front or anything like that. But just leave the comments if what your ideas are, what your thoughts are, what your questions are, concerns are. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.